God's calling equals to miserable life, equals to life full of suffering. Is that true? Because we read the Bible. If you want to be my disciple, you need to deny yourself, bear the cross, and follow me. So it's a difficult journey, right, to follow Christ, because we need to bear the cross, we need to deny ourselves day by day, which is true. Because if I say it's not true, then I misuse the verse, right? I misinterpret, I interpret the verse as my heart wills. I cannot do that because the Bible is the word of God. Yes, that's true. You need to experience difficulty and suffering, but you need to open a bigger perspective, right? Because suffering is extremely difficult once you see, oh, suffering. If you keep focusing on that suffering, miserable life, and whatsoever things, how it's impossible for you to follow Christ. It's just too difficult. It's not easy. But once you switch your eyes from suffering to meaning, it will be extremely different, You when you can see, oh yes, I need to suffer when I follow Christ, but my suffering will bring life to more people. Now I sacrifice this amount of money to be used to help the poor. And yes, I need to make that sacrifice. I can buy bubble tea, I can watch Netflix, I can do a lot of fun things. I can use that money for traveling, I can use that money for buy coffee, I can use that money for this and that. But I let it go to help the poor. But that money is used to transform their lives. Remember that. Seeing that money is used for greater purpose. Yes, you suffer a little bit, but the gain is so big. It's like the investing concept, right? You give this much, but you gain that much. So it's okay for you to just let go the delayed gratification, then the instant gratification, and then to get the bigger return. So the suffering that you give, it's incomparable to the blessings, to the glory that you can get with Christ later. And even today, you can see that when you follow Christ. So make that shift in perspective. A kernel of wheat is just a kernel of wheat if it never dies. But when it dies, it falls to earth and die. It becomes a tree where the bird can hang in there. It will be a blessing. Whoever loses his life, he will gain his life. You need to understand this paradox when you want to follow Christ, to follow his calling, work in his footsteps. Yeah, so don't only focus on the suffering, because if you see following Christ equal to suffer, you will never be able to follow Christ freely. But when you see that, oh, follow Christ requires suffering, but it gives greater return, greater meaning, it will shift your whole life in a totally different way. And this is my suggestion to you. Yeah, if you have any question, you can comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.